What's poppin'? What's poppin'? So your girl came to rant, communicate, conversate, whatever you like to call it. And today, I hope you hear me, but today we just finna sit and look at the view. But that's not what I came on here for. Today I came on here to tell y'all a bitch made a decision today to put a goddamn waist trainer on. Okay? To get a bitch snatched on my walking jog. And when I tell you a bitch was dying. I mean that shit. A bitch was dying, like, child. But yeah, now we get to sit and relax until we gotta do it again. It's so peaceful out here. There's people over there on their canoes and everything. You know, I'm not at that level yet of people jogging constantly without stopping. Not yet. I walk, jog. As you can tell, bitches sweating from my walk and jog to here. Okay, I'm not. I'm not at that level yet, and I'm okay with that. You know, I will get at that level when I am supposed to get at that level. You know, to where I'm keeping on jogging constantly. But right now, no. And I'm okay with that because I am way further than I was at the beginning, to where all I could do was walk. Seriously. And now I can walk. My poor nose. I don't care. I wash my face when I get back home every day, so it don't matter. But at the beginning, all I could do was walk, and barely walk far. Because when I was younger, you know, I used to walk with my grandma and all that jazz. And because she didn't have a car, and so we would walk to places and stuff like that. Morning. And we would just walk, whether it's to the store or to a meeting. Not a meeting, but a place that she had to go to or whatever. We would walk. And we was just walking. Okay? So we would catch the bus and walk. So don't get me wrong, I always used to walk. And when I got in elementary school, I had did like different sports. I had did badminton, if I remember correctly. I also did tennis. I did basketball, and also I would play games and stuff like that. And middle school, I didn't really do any sports. I had stopped, but then I got to high school and I had did sports. I did volleyball. I did soccer, not soccer, bitch. What? Softball, volleyball and softball, and they worked your ass off in volleyball and softball. It was crazy. And I was a plus size individual. I've always been a plus size individual. And just think, I was working my ass off. That shit was intense, okay? So the fact that I am able to morning, the fact that I am able to keep walking and jogging now more because of me being me. After high school, I kind of stopped exercising and doing all that jazz. Actually, I'm not gonna hold you. I did walk when I was at my security job because I had to walk around the whole building. Well, not the whole building, technically around the whole building to scan the areas and stuff like that. And I always did like morning yoga. Usually when I was living with my mama, well, I still live with her, but at our old crib, when I had moved back in, I had started doing like 5:30 yoga. I would get up and I would do my yoga, stretch and everything, and I was limber. And then after that, I would go for a walk and meditate. Y'all see that shit? Goddamn flies, bro. These goddamn bugs been on my ass recently. I don't know why, but they've been on my ass recently, and it's actually kind of fucking annoying. But if y'all know about fucking flies and monitoring spirits, y'all know why they on my ass, okay? But anyway, like I was saying, I would always go for a walk and stuff like that after my 5:30 workouts. 5:30 yoga session, which would last until 6 o'clock at least. And I would go on my walk, which was not far. Usually it would be like a 10-minute walk, and then I would do like a meditation for a good like 30, 45 minutes, and then I would walk back. So I would be athletic, but not as much. And then it got to a point where I wasn't athletic at all. But I did get a job as a custodian, and I would have to clean. Like, I would have to help clean like areas. I would have a certain job to do, and I would clean, and that was a workout in itself, because sometimes I would have to clean a whole morning. I would have to clean like this theater that was there, and I had to go up and down them stairs and clean every little row, every seat, like literally up and down 3 times every time. So I was still moving, it's just I wasn't moving as much. And then when I got done with that and I didn't really do my workouts and stuff, I got lazy. Shit happens, life happens. I got lazy because there was so much stress on me and I was going through so much. So it's just like, oh my fucking God. And when I started back walking, getting myself back out and walking, it was not as easy. It was, like, don't get me wrong, I could walk and stuff like that, but it wasn't as easy for me to do my usual 30-minute, 45-minute walk. It got to a point where all I could do was like 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back. So altogether it'd be 40 minutes compared to 30 minutes to 45 minutes there to 30 minutes to 45 minutes back, to where I'm doing about an hour 25 hour. You get the gist. Basically, I was walking for an hour compared to walking just for 40 minutes or for just 30 minutes and stuff like that. Sorry, there was a goddamn bug on my screen. But yeah, Now I'm over here going for an hour walk there. Walk and jog, should I say, there. And not only that, basically to this spot right here. It takes me an hour to get from my house. I would say it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to get to this spot from my house on my walk and jog. And I jog 3 times within that span of me coming here. And then when I leave, I go 3 times me jogging, going back and walking. And it'd be tiresome. Morning. It'd be really morning. It'd be really tiresome. So I'm just like, now that I'm there, like, I don't get as tired. And the fact that I was able to put on a goddamn waist trainer, like, bitch, still running my motherfucking 3 jogs. Bitch, I was out of breath. But I still did that shit, you know? And you know what's funny? There was a goal that I had made that I wanted to make. And I made that a while back. It was where I had went from one pole all the way around to the other pole, which was about, I don't even know how to explain. I'm not even good with like miles and blocks and shit like that. But it was pretty far. Jogging, yes. But I did it. And that was a ways back. And now I'm at this point. So it's really, amazing to me, It's like when you keep going and keep pushing and keep doing, even on the days that you don't want to. Don't get me wrong. There was days where I was like, okay, I need to stop because I was kind of overdoing it. But I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, I know how to maneuver. Plus, I need to get back into my yoga, stretching these bodies, baby, because you need to, when I find me a when I find me a man, I need him to fold me like a pretzel. And I gotta be able to be folded like a pretzel. So I gotta get back into my yoga and my stretches and shit like that. But it's really amazing to me how that when you keep going and keep pushing, even through the pain, even through the sadness, even through the depression, even through the fucking hard work, you won't realize how far you've come until you've really sat. Sorry, the camera might be because it's in my hand, but you don't realize how far you've come until you've truly sat with yourself and just sit back and think about where you've come from, and that's just in general and in life. I've come far in life. And I've come far in this walk and jog journey. And some of y'all probably would have thought, like, she not gonna keep that up. Shit, I was at that point where I was like, should I keep this shit up? But I got to a point where if I want to change and if I want change to happen, I have to come, I have to go, I have to start. I can't just, want change to happen and the change just happen. You know what I'm saying? If you want change to happen, you have to make it happen. You gotta show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? So for those that's out there that don't know if anything's changing for them, the question is, are you showing up and showing out? Or are you just, oh, I want this to change, and sitting on your ass? I can say that because I used to be like that, okay? I used to be that bitch, like, I want this to change. But I was sitting on my ass, So it's just like, when you show up, when you show up for yourself, for the goals that you want and for the change that you want to happen, it will change. It might not change at the time that you want it to change. It might take some time for it to change, but it will change. Just keep showing up and keep showing out and giving it your all, no matter if your all is 10% that day. If y'all see me, hey, I showed up with this motherfucking waist trainer and all. I showed up. I might have not gave it as best as I could because this goddamn waist trainer was kind of Squeezed all my goddamn ribs and lungs and shit, but I still showed up. And not only that, I showed up and I added more to my plate because I know that I was capable of moving to the next level. And you know what's funny? You are going to realize that you've moved to the next level. Should I say, you're going to move to the next level and you won't even realize that you've moved to the next level until you realize that, damn, I've moved to the next level. Just like today, I didn't even realize that I moved to the next level until I literally sat here and was like, damn, I moved to the next level. Now I'm able to walk and jog with a goddamn waist trainer on. And some of y'all, they were like, that's not a big deal. For me, it is, bitch. For me, it is. Anyway, show up for yourself. If you want change, make the change. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, I want this to change. I want this to happen. I want this to do. And you sit on your ass. Show up for yourself. Show out for yourself. Give it all you got, even if it's 10%. But that's all, y'all. I'm finna sit here and listen to nature, meditate, relax, and then get my ass back on that jogging bike. Ah! But yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my channel for more content like this. You know, I got messages and stuff like that on my channel. If you want to heal, if you want to thrive, if you want a motivator, check me out. Share my channel. And come along on this journey with me to heal and to thrive and to be a better me in this world. All right, y'all. Peace out.